The number of home buyers has dropped to historically low levels. But before you hear that and think, oh, the housing market is crashing, we need to talk about what's actually happening. Because a lack of buyers does not automatically mean a lack of people who want to buy homes. There's a big difference between wanting to buy a home and being able to afford to buy. So let's talk numbers. According to the National Association of Realtors, first-time home buyers made up just 21% of home buyers in their latest annual profile. That is the lowest share they have recorded since they started tracking the data in 1981. And get this, the median first-time home buyer is now 40 years old. Years ago, the typical first-time home buyer was in their late 20s. So what happened? Why are buyers sitting out, waiting longer? Affordability. Home prices increased dramatically over the last several years. Mortgage rates are much higher than the extremely low rates we saw during the pandemic. And on top of that, buyers are dealing with rent, student loans, childcare, groceries, insurance, and just the overall cost of living. So there are people who absolutely want to buy a home. They're just looking at that monthly payment and saying, I don't think I can make this work right now. And then we have another problem. A lot of current homeowners have really low mortgage rates. So if you bought or refinanced when rates were around 3%, you may not be in a hurry to sell that house and take on a mortgage at today's rate. That has helped keep affordable inventory real tight. But here's the part I want buyers to hear. If you're watching this and thinking, well, I guess this means I shouldn't buy right now, not necessarily. A difficult national housing market does not mean that you personally cannot buy a house. Real estate is local. Your income matters, your credit matters, your debt matters. Your price range matters. Your financing, that matters as well. And the programs available to you, they also matter. There are buyers who assume they need 20% down when they absolutely do not. There are buyers who don't know they may qualify for FHA financing. There are buyers who haven't looked into down payment assistance. And there are people waiting for the perfect market without ever sitting down with a lender or a realtor to find out what they can actually do right now in this current market. Now, for sellers, this matters for you too. When buyers are more payment conscious, pricing your home correctly becomes even more important. Necessarily throw any price on a house and expect buyers to fight over it like they did a few years ago. Today's buyer is looking at the price, the interest rate, the condition of the property, and the monthly payment. Selling strategy matters. So yes, fewer people are successfully entering the housing market, and affordability is a serious issue. But I don't want you to hear a scary headline and automatically decide I'm never going to be able to buy a house. Instead, find out what your numbers say in your local market, because you don't buy the national housing market. You buy one house in one local market with your own financial situation. And sometimes the opportunity looks very different once we run the numbers. I'm Sierra.long, your Indianapolis area realtor. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or you just want to know what your options look like in today's market, reach out to me and tell me in the comments what's keeping you from buying right now. The interest rate, the down payment, home prices, or is it something else?